Hi everyone, I'm Bob Chow. Welcome to Ethereum Update. Today we're going to answer a very important question. Is today a good day to buy Ether? Is Ether at a good price right now for purchase? What do the long-term prospects look like? Well, I think that the answer is yes, today is a great time to buy Ether. And why is that? I think that there are three main reasons. First, your downside risk is capped. I believe that we've established a window for what your downside risk will be. Two, I believe that the short-term prospects of Ethereum appear to be very good. And I'm going to go into that a little bit further later on. And my third reason is that the long-term prospects for Ethereum appear to be excellent. And I'll go into that as well. With respect to the first reason, I believe that the potential loss when you buy Ether right now appear to be limited. Specifically, let's take a look at a chart of the past 2 months. Okay, so I'm looking at the current chart of the price of Ether. And as you can see, in the past 2 months, the lowest that we dropped was around 163.46, as shown by this graph. Now, I think that intraday we actually dropped lower than 150 even, but I think that the specific ranges shown on this graph, we've dropped around 150, 160. And these drops were caused by the previous uncertainties relating to Bitcoin. Specifically, one uncertainty regarding Bitcoin was whether or not Bitcoin would adopt SegWit. Another uncertainty regarding Bitcoin was whether or not it would fork into Bitcoin or Bitcoin Cash. And all of these uncertainties have now been resolved to a large degree. So at the height of the uncertainty, the lowest that we dropped was around 160, 150. So I believe that now, moving forward, we probably won't drop to 160. We'll probably drop to maybe 180 or 200 at most. But I believe that your max loss, barring any other horrible cataclysmic event from occurring, I believe your max loss is probably around $60, dropping to 160. We're at around 220 right now. So I believe that your maximum loss is around $60. As I said before, it is possible that you lose more than $60 if a cataclysmic event occurs, but the more likely situation is that at most you lose $60. What sort of cataclysmic events could occur? Well, I think that one type of event would be maybe the SEC cracking down on Bitcoin, cracking down on cryptos in general. Another possible cataclysmic event would be maybe a hacking situation on one of the exchanges, or maybe another forking event for Bitcoin or for some other significant cryptocurrency. But I don't think that these events are likely to occur in the future. So I think that the more likely event is that, as I said before, your max loss is probably capped at around $60, which isn't that big of a deal. Now, what about the short-term prospects? I believe that the short-term prospects appear to be bright. I'm going to refer to some of the predictions made by Ronnie Moaz here. So there was an article by Ronnie Moaz, and he's one of the only analysts that's kind of speaking up nowadays about his price predictions about Ether. So we're just going to take a look at his particular predictions. He says that Bitcoin in general will rise to $5,000 by 2018. And he says that Ethereum or Ether will probably rise to 400. So he thinks that Ether will double from 200 to about 400. Now, I'm not sure whether or not this guy is particularly accurate from Standpoint Research. He's from Standpoint Research, and the tip ranks rates him as having a 70% success rate. He's one of the few experts to speak out about what the price of Ether is probably going to be, so we're just going to use his recommendation as a reference point for now. And, in general, I do believe that Ether has the potential to move up, especially because all of the uncertainties regarding Bitcoin have been resolved and Bitcoin appears to be on the upward move. So as you might know, there's a correlation between Bitcoin as well as Ether and all the other cryptos. So I believe that there's going to be a general upward movement, and I believe that the short-term prospects appear to be good. Now, I think that the most compelling reason, however, is not really the short-term risks or the short-term potential, but rather the long-term outlook. I believe the long-term outlook for Ethereum and Ether in general is very positive because of a few reasons. One, if you look at the transactions have been going up, and I believe that the transactions will only move up further because as more and more decentralized apps are developed on the Ethereum platform, I believe that those decentralized applications will drive transactions forward and upwards. Why am I so certain that there's going to be more apps developed on the Ethereum platform? Well, if we look at the Ethereum Alliance, you'll see that there are a lot of members, such as Accenture, such as BP, such as CME Group, such as Deloitte, Intel, Microsoft. All of these companies are developing apps on the Ethereum platform. And as more and more of these companies develop apps, we will certainly get more and more transactions, more and more transaction fees paid into the Ethereum system, and there'll be higher and higher demand for Ether as the fuel of running apps on the Ethereum platform. And this is kind of reflected in some of the job openings that I've been looking at. Some of the job openings, this one is a senior consultant for blockchain developer for IBM, where one of the desired skills is some experience with smart contracts and developing blockchain applications using Hyperledger, Ethereum Solidity, or other proprietary languages and APIs. So as more and more companies develop applications for Ethereum, I believe that we're going to drive those transactions forward, and there's going to be a driving upwards of the price of Ether as well, long term. So I hope this video has been helpful for you in showing that, one, that the short-term potential risk is limited when you buy Ether now, I believe, and two, the short-term prospects for Ethereum appear to be very good as well, and the long-term prospects appear to be excellent. So I hope this video has been helpful for you. If it has been, please feel free to forward it to your friends or subscribe or leave a comment. I apologize for my voice. I'm starting to lose my voice because I've been sick these last few days, but please support the channel and subscribe. Thank you so much and have a great evening. Bye.